And then it just time. It was like by the time I was done with 9 years, I realized I had done it all, seen it all, whatever, but I still kind of had no clue. And no one teaches you, and no one goes
well, it's built.
It's a structure built on cocaine, and no one's doing cocaine anymore.
It's exactly the idea. It's like, here's how we do it. Tuesdays. Let me tell you what we do on Tuesday.
On Monday, we're going to panic. And then from Tuesday to Wednesday, we're not going to sleep. And then on Thursday, we're going to panic.
Yeah,
and then on Friday, we're going to die. And Saturday, we'll do the show because we're paid very little to do it.
The idea that this thing that's like, if I went there, say I was a writer there, and I was just like, I'm not going to write at 5 a.m, guys. Like, it's not good for me physically to do that. I would be shunned.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to. You fit into the spirit of the thing is that you're going to do this insane gauntlet for a week.
There definitely was a like, oh, you're going home. It's only been 37 hours. Like, there was like a bit of like oh, you didn't stay up all night.
Yeah.
Like, I always felt like no matter what, I have to just be here all night long or else.
Or you're just less than. You're not.
And 90% of that night was just panic.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 5 o'clock, we'd be like, what if Tom Hanks is in a pumpkin suit? Like, come with the dumbest.
Yeah. Well, that's where the good stuff comes from, too, when you get to that weird
delirium
dream state. You're not sure if you're awake anymore. Yeah. So you realized 9 years, you felt like you had done everything you needed to do and all that with it. Where you were done with it by that point?
I don't know how to answer that, because I feel like I was someone who was like, if Kenan didn't exist,
Sure.
I feel like I would be in Kenan's.
Sure.
I would still. I would have been there forever.
Like, you would have been fine.
Stay.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
And,
well, what does he have in him that makes him like bulletproof to the madness of that place?
Him and Fred Armisen are two of the only people, like, when I think about it now, when I go back and I go, Fred and Kenan just had it. They just never let anything bother them.
Mm-hmm.
They were just always like, yeah, come in, do the thing. And like, that's it. Like, it was never a big deal. It was just like, if Kenan was having a bad day, he didn't tell you. He just went like, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, me neither. Like... Do you ever see Succession?
Mm-hmm.
There's a line in Succession that has broken me. When she just goes, when Shiv walks in the room and goes, Tom has a cold and he wants everyone to know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I do that a lot.
That's
and like that sentence broke me. That's not Kenan.
No. He just
Kenan has a cold. He comes to work because he's been doing it since he was 6. He's been doing sketch comedy on television since he was a child.
That's the part of it I don't.
Yeah.
I would be like, I think I want to do anything but the thing I was doing when I was 6.
He's so good at it. He is comic timing.
Yeah.
The only person in my 9 years on that show where he became a stage direction. It was like, we cut to Kenan for that laugh. We cut back, it was like, it was, you knew he was going, he will always deliver.
It was just as reliable as it's going to be. Yeah. Who were the guests who freaked you out the most? Because suddenly they're in front. Because like, I would go to SNL, I'd go to the after parties and all the stuff like that, and then suddenly it's like, oh, you go to the thing and Al Gore walks in, and you're just like, oh wait, that's a real. It's not a concept. He's like actually.
Yeah, see,
here.
that was more like I didn't care. Like Al Gore and like a couple. I think it was like Rush Limbaugh or somebody was in a What Up With That, and I played Teddy Roosevelt, and I think I was in a wheelchair. Was he in the wheelchair? Yeah. No,
Franklin
Roosevelt.
FDR.
And I stood up and ripped my pants off, and I had like boxers with hearts on them, and I started dancing, and he looked at me like, and shook his head like, oh man, like, and hated me. And I just remember laughing and walking away. Like, it was like those people like didn't worry me. It was like old cast members scared me.
Okay.
Like Will Ferrell, like I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, like there was a couple like that, but like, the weirder, like I remember when Adam Levine hosted, I was like, this is going to be, I don't care about Adam Levine at all.
Yeah.
And then by the time he was done, I was like, oh, this dude's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, he was really into it. Bruno Mars, I remember being like, okay, Bruno Mars is hosting, neat. And then like by the end of that week, I was like, this dude's the best. He rocked it.